So, congratulations. You just had a child. And you and your other parent, you're not together. What are you going to do? The problem with mothers today is they feel like they're entitled. They feel like because they carried the child that they have some innate ability that a father cannot possess. So when you're not with your child's father, you can tell them things like this. You don't get any overnight visitation with this child unless I say so. You can meet your baby when I say so. When I say so. Where I say so. For how long I say so. And there is nothing that father can do about that. You can actually tell him things like, "I want to see your baby, you can meet him at Walmart." You want me to meet my baby at Walmart? The same place that I buy my condoms. New tires for my truck. My deodorant. And my good smelling candles. And my toilet paper. You gotta be out of your fucking mind. So your child's father uses the internet to let the world know that you are denying him and your child the right to meet each other. Meanwhile, your merry slew of internet trolls sits there and tries to justify your abuse with things like this. She's the mother. She has a bond with that child that nothing can break. Really? You don't think that a child has a right to bond with their other parent no differently than you? And that bonding time is very important, especially in the early stages of their life, to have that time. Problem in America is that we have a generation of women that learned from a generation of women this sense of entitlement. That somehow women and mothers are more important to their children than a father. Well, CJ, the child needs breast milk. And only a mother can provide that. I hate to break your little safe space bubble up, but there's actually courts that order women to use formula to allow the father to have time with their child while they're not with the mother. I like the idea of that, but again, you made the choice to have a baby, huh? So all these excuses that you keep trying to come up with to justify your abuse is nothing more than that, an excuse. Meanwhile, this child has aunts, uncles, cousins, probably brothers and sisters, grandmas and grandpas, and next door neighbors that want to meet this child. So you keep just justifying your abuse, and you keep thinking you're entitled, and see how far that gets you. That's okay, CJ, because I'll just make sure that he pays child support, and if he doesn't pay child support, I'll make sure that he goes to jail. Really? You know the debtors' prisons were outlawed in the 1800s? You know technically that's extortion? You're using your child in order to collect money and withholding that contact? It's called kidnapping. I'm not withholding contact, CJ. He can see his child when I say so, how I say so, and under my circumstances. Did you know that there's parents everywhere in America that are committing suicide because of people just like you? Even today, being Christmas Eve, there's a mom and a dad out there who don't even realize that there's people out there going through this like them. They're going to end their lives by the end of the day. So if you find yourself trying to justify somebody's abuse, and that person then ultimately goes and takes their life, that essentially makes you an accessory to their murder. Either way you slice it, parental alienation is child abuse and a sick form of domestic violence. So which side of this do you want to be on? That promotes a healthy relationship and paternal and maternal bond equally with a child? Or the side that justifies and condones these abusers and only perpetuates the problem in society even further? The choice is always yours. But unfortunately, so are the consequences. This Christmas, while your child's being kept from their other parent, I want you to look at that beautiful child that you and the targeted parent created. I want you to lie to him real good why dad can't see him on Christmas. Why mom isn't here to watch them open up their presents. Because at the end of the day, your child and your children are going to be the one that pay for your selfish decisions today. There's parents out there that are admittedly deadbeats, who have completely abandoned their children and want nothing to do with them. But then somebody like CJ is going to be happy to point out that most of these parents that abandon their children do so because of an alienator. And then when your children grow up, they go back to that targeted parent and they hear what happened. And that's the day you eat your karma. Hope and pray that your children can forgive you. So this Christmas, if you're alienating your child, I want you to tell me again how good of a parent you are. CJ Abernathy. Merry Christmas, America. Stay strong, parents.